The NFL gave the Giants, in my opinion, number one, a really good competitive advantage, a massive one. And two, their schedule isn't as tough as you may think. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about everything. And if your name's Pat Leonard, you don't think the Giants are going to have a very good season. And listen, in all fairness, Pat Leonard has been pretty accurate with his predictions. But here's one thing that he didn't predict. He did not predict the Giants blowing as many games as they did last year. If they didn't blow any of those games, that record looks a lot different in a good way. And two, it's because of the coaching last year why their record is what it was, why the Giants blew as many games as they did. Now you have better coaching to tighten that up. That's why you spent so much damn money on Mr. Harbaugh and his coaching staff, his hand-picked coaching staff. So I think the New York Giants are going to have a really big season and a much better year than last year, just because they're better coached. And if they run into a game where, hey, they have the lead with 3 minutes left, in my opinion, they're going to be able to shut the door and close it out. Like they were not able to do that last year. They will do that in 2026. That is why you hire Mr. Harbaugh. Now, we have to go take a look at the schedule. Because, in my opinion, it's not as bad as you might think. Now, we got Dallas. I mean, some people have Dallas wiping out the Giants. I think the Giants are going to shock a lot of people. This is a winnable game, in my opinion. I think they could win it. They may not, but I think they can. Prime time, Harbaugh, coaching staff. I think they could surprise a lot of people. Now, against the Rams, still, maybe it's just me being a homer, but still a winnable game. But I'll give the edge to the Rams, considering the Rams are at home. And, you know, the Giants coming off of a potential win at home against Dallas, which, I mean, a few years ago didn't even matter. Dallas blew them away. But then you have Tennessee. I think Tennessee, they're going to win. They're probably going to start the year 2-2. They could start the year 3-1. Then you have the Commanders. That's a toss-up. It's in Washington, but that's toss-up. Then you have the Saints. There's a very great chance, by looking at the schedule, if you go in and upset, because it would be viewed as an upset, if you could go in and upset Dallas, maybe you drop that to the Rams. You go and beat the Titans. You beat the Cardinals. You beat the Commanders. You beat the Saints. You're looking at heading into week 7 against the Texans, potentially 5-1. Or even if you want to give, let's say, the Commanders the victory over the Giants, or the Cowboys even, and they go on a 4-game streak there, you could enter week 7 potentially 4-2. I think that's very much so in the cards. And then here's the other piece of great news that the Giants got out of this whole thing. They get a week 8 bye right in the middle of the season. There is no more perfect of a time, especially right before you face your division rival, the Eagles. There's no better time during an NFL season than to get a bye week right in the middle. It's absolutely perfect. They gave them a perfect spot for the bye. Then you got the Eagles, the Commanders. Let's say they give one to Philly. They're at Philly. So let's just say 4-3. They sweep the Commanders, 5-3. They beat Jacksonville, 6-3. They beat Indianapolis, 7-3. I mean, some of these games are toss-ups. I get it, but I believe that this Giants team can beat these teams. And then you look at the Seahawks. Maybe they don't beat Seattle. I think they could beat San Francisco. They could beat the Browns. We'll see against the Lions. At Dallas is going to be tough. Finishing the year against the Eagles. I could see the Giants winning 10, 11 games, 12 if everything goes right. They have the 17th toughest schedule in the league. That puts them, and you pair that with that bye week, that puts them in a really great spot. In a really great spot. And that's why, for me, I just have a hard time believing that, they're going to go 6-11. They could. A few of those games are toss-ups. They could. I just have a hard time believing that. Especially if you have a healthy Malik Neighbors. Especially if you have Isaiah Likely potentially having a big breakout season in a new offense, but with the same coach. The Giants are going to surprise a lot of people, especially on the defensive side of the ball, especially with Arvell Reese. Everybody and their mother had Arvell Reese as the best prospect in the draft for quite a while. It was him and Jeremiah Love. And the New York Giants now get him at 5. He's a great off-ball linebacker. Great. The kid's great. And I love his attitude. He brings that edge that I absolutely love and adore. That is incredibly welcome. Then you have Brian Burns. You have Abdul Carter. You don't think Kayvon Thibodeau has something to prove? He's going to be a free agent. That guy's got something to prove. And then what they did to improve, you were never going to replace Dexter Lawrence. I'll be the first one to admit that. I understand that entirely. You were never going to replace him. But what you did, the depth that you added, and then you were able to seal the deal for Mr. Reader. They salvaged that Dexter Lawrence situation the best they could, and they did a fantastic job. And on top of that, you get a future offensive lineman in Maui Noah. You get a beast in Maui Noah. Another one in Arvell Reese. There's a lot to be excited about. I just have a hard time believing that people believe that they think that 6-11 is in the cards. I don't think so. It could happen. I just don't think so. Think about this. The Giants last went 6-11 back in the 2023 season. It was right after they made the playoffs the previous year. I think this Giants team is better than that Giants team. And I think this Giants team is much better than the Giants team's past 2 seasons. The Giants are going to shock a lot of people. They're going to shock their own beat writers. Maybe this is just me being a homer. And listen, it very well could be. I'm not denying that. Right? I'm not denying that. But what I do know, that week 8 bye is very important. And the strength of schedule is also very important. The Giants have a lot going in their favor. I love to see it. Can't wait for football season. We're in baseball season right now. I love baseball. It's one of my favorite sports. Football. I mean, it's funny. It's like I view sports as my children. Right? I love baseball. I love football. I love basketball. And I can't pick one over the other. I just can't. The Knicks are rolling right now. I have a Knicks channel, by the way, if you want to check that out. But listen, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.